That dog is frightened.
Priest, now you know your friends and your enemies. As for me, I went to get water from the spring. Look for a print near the water.
The imprint of a bowl. I have to find something to replace the missing keys. A steely is missing. In a chapel, I saw the imprint of a missing bowl.
Find the bowl that was stolen.
This is definitely not getting any better.
The bowl from the fountain near the broken oak? Oh, that's a secret. But I trust you, so I'll tell you. It was Ariel and Celdric. I saw them. Before the war, we often played near the chapel, and one time they took it.
And what did they do with it?
I don't know. When they broke the chain the bowl was attached to, I caught on that they were being mischievous and I left. Because that bowl is cursed. It's forbidden to touch it.
You really don't know where they took it?
I didn't dare ask. Anyway, I don't think they would have told me. It was a really stupid thing to do, you know. The adults say you're drawing misfortune onto the village. Maybe that's true, but I like you anyway.
I discovered a little chapel near the crossroads of the Broken Oak.
Oh, well, I hardly leave the village anymore, you know.
In the chapel, there was a bowl that disappeared. Do you know what became of it?
Oh, no. I know nothing about that. Yes, he's my youngest. Before, he played with Ionel, but he wasn't a good influence on my boy.
Your son Ariel probably knows where the chapel bowl is.
Why do you say that? My little Ariel's no thief.
I didn't say that. I'd simply like to ask him some questions.
Impossible. Ariel's far from the village. Martha sent him to the coast, you know.
Could we reach him on the telephone?
Please, Father, leave my boy alone. He's not a thief, I swear it. We're not thieves in this family.
I'd have to be heartless to persist. Let's go explain the situation to Luana. Luana, one of the children is dead, the other has gone far away. His mother might know something, but she doesn't want to help me. Isn't there another way to find the bowl?
Perhaps. But on my conditions. Do exactly as I say and don't ask any questions. To find that which is lost, bring me without delay blood from a battle lost to savage teeth, ashes of a vampire put to death, a hazel wand, not a wreath, the ring of a killer, an Aryan cruel as Egypt's Seth, the blossom of a rose picked where the air is poor yet fresh, fiery berries of the bush known as the mountain ash.
I can't borrow this without permission.
What a shame. They burned the church, and they took the key to Martha's crypt, and I'm pretty sure they defiled it. If it ain't terrible to see such things. Father, with all due respect, if you'd gone back to Rome, they never would have done that.
But who are you talking about? Who burned the church?
Oh, Father, you got to understand. I can't tell you that, or they'll kill me. Oh, Saint Martha, protect us.
Excuse me?
Nothing, nothing, Father. You were talking about the castle? Well, with all due respect, there's nobody left up there, and it's all demolished. So I don't go there. Legends. Remains to be seen if it's legends. Could be you'll find some who'll talk to you about it. Maybe. I'd rather not talk about all that. Yes, I know about him. He died in a bad place. The inspector did. Wasn't me who buried him. The police took his body and brought it into the city. It disappeared, and that was what brought the war upon us for sure. Till it comes back, we'll have one misfortune after another.
Do you know who took it?
No, but may a curse fall upon the thief, with all due respect. Inscriptions. Oh, see, I can't read real good, so I don't pay much attention to them. Well, for sure, I'd like to do you a favor, Father, by lending you my spade, but on the other hand, the times are hard and we're wanting for everything. I was wondering if you could give me some matches. Thanks, Father. You can take my spade whenever you want. Your matches are more than welcome. They're hard to find right now.
And batteries. Could you find some for me? The ones in my electric torch are drained.
Batteries? Huh. Even in Alba Euler, it's almost impossible to find any. So your electric torch ain't gonna be much use to you here. If you, leave it with me, that'd be real generous of you, Father.
I'll think about it.
Well, if you need a tool or something, come see me, and maybe we can make a trade. But, with all due respect, Father, don't say I've been dealing with you, because the Rasamas don't like you a whole lot, you see. She's real cute, that little Maria, ain't she?
What did you say?
Just that Dr. Florescu's a cute one. No bad thoughts intended, of course.
I'm going to open the grave of this Luciana Hartner. Forgive this profanation, Lord, but this difficult task must be carried out.
Maybe the Iron Guards? I didn't see it. I was helping my uncle bring in the wood. That's my slingshot. It means a lot to me.
Yes, I understand.
I don't want to give it away, but I will trade for it.
In exchange for what?
I don't know. Some really precious treasure. Oh, thanks. In exchange, you can have my slingshot. Take it from my bag. You gave me a really beautiful present. You can take my slingshot.
closed. Luana.
To find that which is lost, bring me without delay blood from a battle lost to savage teeth, ashes of a vampire put to death, a hazel wand, not a wreath, the ring of a killer, an Aryan cruel as Egypt's Seth, the blossom of a rose picked where the air is poor yet fresh, fiery berries of the bush known as the mountain ash. One flower's enough for me. Keep the branch. A few berries will be enough. Keep the others.
I've brought all you asked for.
Good. Now leave me alone.
I trust Luana. I know she'll guide me along the path. But what will happen at the end of the route when I'm face to face with the dragon? What are my chances of winning? Very slight, I fear. But I mustn't let fear dictate my conduct. I seem to recall a verse of Peggy, that French officer killed by a bullet right in the forehead. Happy are the dead crushed in this carnage, supine upon the earth in the very eyes of God. I shall send this journal that I've been keeping since leaving Rome to Monsignor Briganti. He surely won't approve my decisions, but he might understand them. And should anything happen to me, someone has to know about it.
Father, there's that gypsy, a vagabond, came to see you. I didn't let her go up, of course, so she left this stick for you. Father, please don't hold it against me. I can understand you're not being happy. But it ain't easy for me neither. Putting up foreigners with all that's going on right now. It's very dangerous.
I have to mail my letter without delay. I have to mail my letter without delay. That's the outbox for the mail. Luana has left, and I wasn't even able to say farewell. I should dig here. A mortar shell. A mortar shell. Gently. I'll need a tool to disarm this shell.
Yeah, I got one. I'll trade it to you for your electric torch.
found the solution. 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13. It's the beginning of an increasing mathematical sequence. It's too dark to go in. It's too dark to go in. It's too dark to go in. Bones from a horse. They're aggressive. It's impossible to pass as long as they're there. They're aggressive. It's impossible to pass as long as they're there. I'm stuck. Impossible to raise the cover. And I have no light. That's useless. The cover is jammed. Ow! That's useless. The cover is jammed. The smoke is suffocating. Let's not stay here. Not that way. It's still burning. There's an odor of tobacco. Smells like cigarette tobacco. Horizon brand. A strange odor. Much stronger than tobacco. Careful. If I go the wrong way through this door, I'll certainly injure myself. Blood. Still fresh. Careful. If I go the wrong way through this door, I'll certainly injure myself. Janos, you seem in better shape than the last time I saw you.
I lost a little blood with the points in the labyrinth, but besides that, everything's fine. Now we have to get out of here.
How?
The partition separating us is movable. If we can displace it, we'll clear this door.
What do you suggest?
In front of me is a series of keys. They're decorated with imaginary animals.
On my side as well.
Let's try to understand their operation. I think they control the partition's movement, so let's press a key. We're not about to stay this way for years. Like you, of course. After a few mistakes, I understood that you had to follow the immortal sequence in reverse. Didn't you read that sentence carved in the labyrinth? It is not suitable that the sequence of the immortals grow infinitely. That sequence is Fibonacci's, in which each term is equal to the sum of the two preceding ones. In fact, the rooms that led me to the way out were numbered in reverse order. They are two different forms of the same name. My family belongs to the German-speaking minority that lives in Transylvania. Since the war, I go rather by the name Janos Peckmester, because Germanic names arouse suspicion. I had come to speak to Maria.
What did you do to her?
Nothing. I merely wanted her to take me to the dragon. For you must know that she is in his service.
Are you so sure?
No doubt about it. I hoped she'd lead me towards her master, and that's more or less what happened.
I found you lying in a coffin.
The dragon was watching Maria closely. Let's just say that I momentarily lost control of the situation and woke up in the labyrinth. You know the rest.
Why did the dragon spare you?
Ask yourself the same question. He probably wants to leave us a chance. I wanted to keep you away. From the beginning, I sensed that if we both followed the path, we might come into conflict. I did everything to avoid that. The same thing as you. Corporeal immortality.
You're mistaken. That is not my goal.
Is that so? What else then?
I want to destroy Dracula.
Destroy the dragon? After running the risks you have, you would kill the one who can give you eternal life? Don't make me laugh. Don't be so naive. It's easy to plant forgeries on someone to compromise him. What proves that I was the one who wrote those letters? The Iron Guards, without a doubt. They hate Catholics and foreigners. The dragon or his servants. Luca wasn't worthy of treading the path. She was killed? I didn't even know that. How would I know? You were probably the victim of a petty thief. Someone really did that? No, there I recognize the methods of the Iron Guards. Hosanna would say anything to cover them. She's terrorized. Von Kruger? I'm not familiar with the name. So let's press a key. We're not about to stay this way for years. So let's press a key. We're not about to stay this way for years.
those steel points in the wall. This game is deadly.
Remember the inscription in the labyrinth. Of those who come, few will be chosen. This prison was designed to allow just one of us two to leave it.
Janos, we can refuse to participate in this monstrous game.
Don't hesitate, play. The alternative is that both of us die of hunger. So let's press a key. We're not about to stay this way for years.
I need a tool. It's impossible to loosen the stay by hand. This should work, but I hope I don't break the blade. The steel points that were threatening you have withdrawn into the wall.
I admire your ingenuity. Now that you're clear with your conscience, let's continue the game. You have cleared the door. Congratulations. Free me, Arno. It wouldn't be charitable to abandon me.
The keyboard is blocked. For the moment, I don't see any simple means to get you out of here. I'll come back and extricate you later.
And if you die?
That would be unfortunate for both of us. So it's in your interest that I succeed. Have you any information to give me concerning the last part of the route?
Sorry, but as long as I'm stuck here, I prefer keeping it for myself. From the beginning, I sensed that if we both followed the path, we might come into conflict. I did everything to avoid that.
This liquid has a familiar odor, but I can't seem to identify it. It's salty. It's salty. both acrid and acid. It's indescribable. This drink procures the same sensations as wine. I'd best not abuse it. It's indescribable. It's both acrid and acid. It's indescribable. It's indescribable. I have the impression I'm drinking a great chateau, and yet it's not wine. It's both acrid and acid. It's both acrid and acid. It's salty. It's salty. It's both acrid and acid. It's both acrid and acid. It's salty. It's salty. indescribable. Noli respicere. That means don't look back.
before you adjusted your dress. It must have fallen. Alas, I can't go to the party without my bracelet. It's not so serious. You have other jewelry. I have to be at my best. This ball is my opportunity. Maybe the voivode will notice me? Yes, he'll notice me. If I wear my beautiful bracelet.
No one. And yet I clearly heard voices. The doors have collapsed. It's impossible to clear them all. If I only knew which one led to the ballroom. According to the letter I decrypted, that's where the final trial takes place.
Hurry up! The ball has begun! I won't go to the party until I've found what I lost.
There's something underwater. Bones. Lord, have pity on those unfortunate persons who died here. I don't know what lives here, but it's a good idea not to provoke it. There's something underwater. Bones. There's something underwater. Bones. Metal. I feel a bracelet under my fingers. I let the bracelet fall back into the water. God forgive me, I panicked. I have to find a means to keep the inhabitant of the well at bay.
I heard an awful noise a while ago. Are you destroying the castle?
No, it's the castle that's trying to destroy me.
If you bring me back something to drink, fill this bottle for me. From the beginning, I sensed that if we both followed the path, we might come into conflict. I did everything to avoid that.
It's indescribable.
This drink is excellent. Here, take my lighter.
Metal. I feel a bracelet under my fingers. There's something underwater. Bones.
So you find the Voivode attractive? He's handsome, he's powerful, and not yet married. But what kind of a man is he? They say he did horrible things while fighting the Turks. Fighting the infidels is valiant, not sinful. My bracelet! I found my bracelet!
At last! The party started a long time ago.
One moment! I'll fix my hair.
You're perfect. Put on your bracelet, put down your mirror, and follow me fast.
What happens at the end of the route?
The initiate must accomplish one last rite. He won't be able to unless he's understood all he's achieved before. That is, if he knows the order of the trials, as well as the objects and symbols related to each of them.
Twigs. A jackdaw is nesting in this stone mouth.
Hey, Father Arno, it's Professor Kruger. Hey, come back up! Hey, Father Arno, it's Professor Kruger.
Professor von Kruger!
Father Arno, at last I found you.
But what are you doing here?
I came to help you. I have the serum. It wasn't easy, believe me. Beware of illusions. Alone and sick, you won't get far. Father Arno, I beg of you, get back in touch with reality. You are the victim of visions. I've taken a long trip to save your life and your reason. Don't worry, he is no longer a threat for us. Really, don't let our enemies deceive you. I have other documents with me that will prove my good faith. Father Arno, till now I haven't wanted to alarm you, but your tests have confirmed what I suspected. You are suffering from a powerful variant of P syndrome, a type with a very rapid evolution that can alter your thinking. Come up quickly to me. I have the serum. Hey! Answer me, please! Your life depends on it. Hey! Come back up!
An illusion. It was just an illusion. And now I've lost all my weapons. But one.
Arno, I'm so happy you made it this far. You're going to succeed.
Maria! Can I really call you that?
Yes, that is the name I chose. The old one was Martha, as you've doubtless understood.
What happened to you?
When I was Martha, hidden by a veil, happiness was forbidden me. So I lived to care for others. When I learned that it wasn't illness that took their lives, I looked to see where the responsibility lay. I followed the path. I arrived before the Master. He offered me the unthinkable, eternal beauty, a life unveiled.
So you have become the servant of Dracula.
That's a privilege, Arno. In a bit I'll leave you alone and he will approach you. Above all, don't do anything rash. Seize the opportunity. Don't you know why? I really wanted you to follow the path. I did everything in my power to help you, and would have done even more if the Master had allowed it. I wanted you to join me, Arno,
to share my new life. An illusion meant to make you understand it's vain to struggle against him. First, I went to the Turkish prison. The master learned of that. Nothing escapes him. Upon my return, he wanted to test me. One of his men came to the dispensary. I fled, but he pursued me to the broken oak. There I grabbed his weapon and shot twice. I think that was when the master looked favorably upon me. I pursued my route, picking the weeds from my garden and burning my pigeon loft. Then I drank the sleeping brew to awaken in the castle. You know the rest. I prepared a brew with plants that made me fall into a cataleptic fit. They carried me to the grave. The master took me out of it, then led me to the castle. After the final trial, the wounds on my face healed. My body was rejuvenated. I then came back to the dispensary using the identity of Maria. It is. The villagers need the supernatural to help them bear their existence. They made me a saint, and the diocese seized hold of the occasion. Their mistake turned out happily, since it brought you here and allowed us to meet. Fate brought us together. Perhaps they were more than just dreams. Janos, to accomplish the trial of the sacrifice and to get rid of a rival.
How do you know that?
He boasted of it to me. Janos, to accomplish the trial of punishment and to steal a manuscript. That is, the master required that he be driven from the village. He knew many things, you see, so I did what I had to do to weaken him, without killing him.
You drank his blood? You visited his room during the night?
Do I really have to talk about it? Can't I keep some secrets? I didn't kill, except to defend myself. That brute of an inspector, I had to kill him under the oak, I had to. But I haven't murdered anyone.
Not yet, but you serve a murderer.
No, a hunter. The eagle and the tiger must kill to eat. That is their nature.
But becoming a tiger, or even the accomplice of a tiger, is to renounce human nature.
You won't have the choice. Facing the master, you are naked, defenseless. He speaks and you listen, trembling. Like you, I approached him with the mad idea of combating him. How pretentious. He could have destroyed me in a breath. But instead, he chose to offer me life. I owe him everything. Probably Janos. I know he followed you in Turkey. Janos. He tried everything to eliminate you. He's one of the leaders of the Thule Society, of which Janos is a member. Do you know of a brochure called The Lords of Twilight?
Yes, I looked through it at Arena Box Office.
Well, it's Kruger who wrote it, using a pen name.
Janos and Kruger are really very dangerous.
Not anymore, since you beat them to it. Win the Master's favor, and they will never reach their goal. Kruger harassed me for weeks to finish your analyses, but I always found some pretext to put off the job, so he lost patience and sent Janos to me.
Kruger attached a great deal of importance to those tests.
He pretended to be looking for a serum, but he never believed the P syndrome was an illness. The imposter. He wanted the analyses to identify prey, and that way work his way up to the Master. So Janos came to me escorted by one of his friends, a thug from the Iron Guard. I pretended to collaborate, but I was trying to buy time. The battery was dead. I didn't know where I'd put the acid. The Schwartz filament was burned out. I knew the Master was watching the dispensary and that he would intervene. He killed the thug and knocked Janos out. We put their bodies in the coffins. That's when you arrived.
Did you see me?
You passed right by me. I was in the storeroom behind a door hidden by wreaths of flowers.
Was Dracula with you?
Yes. We were waiting for one of his men to come get us in a truck. He locked you into the laboratory while we loaded the coffins. I left without being able to speak to you, but I thought that you would read my message in the mist.
Why did Dracula spare Janos?
To subject him to the final trials of the path. But you succeeded before he did. Really? You gave him a fine present. He must have understood immediately who I was and how far you had progressed on the path. Not surprising then that he came straight off to lend a hand to Janos. You must have heard them. They're up there, near the well. Furious they can't come down. It's the Master who controls it. Early in the century, he preferred disappearing from public life to manage his affairs secretly. A charitable foundation is an excellent cover. When I was Martha, I didn't suspect for an instant that I was working for the dragon. Be very careful, Arno. Don't defy the Master or he'll crush you. Don't lie to him or he'll know. Answer correctly, and he'll give you immortality.
Farewell, Maria.
You have to succeed. Think of us.
Here he is. My God, make him approach me. Very close. Then I'll be able to act.
You, priest. You think you're at the end of your ordeals. You are wrong. It is now that you risk the worst of them. Do not disappoint me, or else. So come unto me. You have desecrated a tomb, burned a chapel, and poisoned a spring. How shall I judge your deeds?
I must find the answers he expects in order to gain his trust. And if he comes closer, I'll go for all or nothing.
Perhaps you have spoken well, or perhaps you are already condemned. You shall not know until after you satisfy my curiosity. I can hear you breathing, priest. You are suffocating, are you not? I know that you do not much like the depths. But remain clear-headed, for if you make a single mistake, I will hang your skin on the walls of my crypt. Everyone treats his enemies in his own way. I used to impale them, or drown them in the latrines. You act in a very different way. Twice, your enemy, Janos, was at your mercy, and you spared him. Why? Your answer will weigh heavily on your fate. Perhaps it pleased me, or perhaps it doomed you. Whatever is true, let us go on. I want to know what is on your mind. I have always been curious. Once, I had one of my concubines ripped open from top to bottom to see with my eyes the place I had visited. Let us talk of our little Maria. She is beautiful. You desire her, do you not? What a strange priest you are. Dogs are afraid of you. Men insult you in hushed voices. But you hear them, do you not? Now, your hearing is keen, and you see in the dark, like a nocturnal beast. You are beginning to resemble me, priest. Do you know why?
I have traveled the path.
Yes, as did I before you. But let us see how far your knowledge stretches. Will you be able to tell me who initiated me? Who gave me immortality? You have spoken, and the words you uttered will determine if you live or if you die. I hear your heart beat, and your arteries throb. It has been a long while since I drank the blood of a priest. Do you fear me? I sense on you the odor of tears, of sweat, of blood. You suffered to come this far. Why? Tell me, priest. You can't have come with the absurd idea of fighting me. Good answer. Fortunately for you, you will receive the blood of the dragon without fighting, for I have judged you worthy. On your knees now, for your baptism in blood.
To your hands, Lord, I entrust my soul.
How dare you!
The bell has caved in.
Kadat! We'll never reach the crypt!
Don't talk that way, Beckermeyer. Never say never.
There are tons of rocks obstructing that passage. It would take masses of equipment.
Patience. Someday we'll come back.
The game is up. You're a spy in the service of the Third Reich. In August 1941, you left England carrying secret documents, which were stolen, needless to say, and met Heinrich von Kruger. A few weeks later, this same Kruger was in Romania, in your company, where you both participated in a top-secret mission. Operation D.
You seem to know a great deal, Captain Cunningham.
Yes, but what we don't know is the nature of Operation D. You will give us an explanation, I trust.
Does the name Vlad Tepes mean anything to you?
Vlad Tepes, Dracula, the vampire.
You don't believe in vampires, Captain? If you had seen what I have seen, you would know that I am in deadly earnest.